1, 2, 3. Hey!
Yeah,
that's
good.
yeah. What do we want to talk about? Oh, yeah, we're in a new decade. It's a new decade. It's a whole new decade, which is partly why we're doing this, right? Because we have entered a certain stage of our lives where we're questioning why we're, doing anything at all.
We're entering the tens,
yeah,
or the teens.
Yeah. What are we going to call it? We've already had a film coming out called 2012, and everyone called it 2012. Why isn't this just 2010?
It is.
So why is everyone calling it like the tweenies or whatever?
Because it's the decade we need to name.
The whole
like the
thing?
noughties, the 90s, the 80s.
The noughties was shit, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, very much.
That was rubbish. So what are the suggestions for the 2010 to 2019 period titles? What have people come up with?
I don't know.
I've heard
I think we should just call them the fucking years or something. Something positive. We've got to actually name them something inspiring.
Okay.
Name them Hope Time.
Hope Time.
This is the year of me. 20 Ben.
It's quite good actually. That rhymes.
Oh yeah. 1-0.
2. Failure. Fuck me. Yeah, resolutions. I have some resolutions. I have a number of resolutions written down.
Tell me your resolutions, Dick.
Well, first of all, it's change banks. And step 4
is
simply reads be big in Eastern Europe.
Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable.
I've also got that I need to use the phrases nerve tonic more often to describe, presumably, I assume things that aren't actually nerve tonics. Things like, I imagine a Negroni is an excellent nerve tonic.
Negroni?
Yeah.
Is this your weird cocktail?
It's not mine. It's Count Negronis.
What's in a Negroni?
Well, Ben, to make a Negroni, you'll need 1 part martini, 1 part Campari, and 1 part gin, which all blend in a glass, along with a sliver of orange rind and some ice. And here we're going to be using freshly fallen snow. Enjoy!
Yeah. Okay, well that's fine. So you want to what? Drink more of those?
No, just to use the phrase nerve tonic to describe.
Oh, use the phrase nerve tonic. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm changing my handwriting slightly as well, which is quite big for me.
You're changing your handwriting?
Slightly. I'm changing the way I write numbers.
Good. So how many hours do you think it's going to take you to change your handwriting in this way? I assume you've already started. You've already been practicing.
I've made it.
I know you've already been practicing, actually, I've seen you drawing on like napkins and menus and things.
I've made some inroads, it's true.
Yeah. How many hours have you spent so far?
Maybe a day total.
Okay, a day.
Yeah.
And how many more do you think it's going to take you before it's completely natural?
Does that mean I'll have to stop talking about it? Because that's been a main topic of
once you sort of basically forget that you're writing new numbers and they're just numbers.
I reckon May. I think May.
It's going to be an interesting year if you spend the first 5 months of it just changing your number style.
Point 10 reads simply, be discerning.
I like that.
Point 11 is, do this podcast.
I was trying to figure out what would happen this year as far as reality TV went.
Wait, so
you want to know what I think?
Yeah, I don't.
I think what's going to happen is you're going to get new channels set up on TV that show 24 hours the life of a reality TV producer.
Meta reality TV.
You know, because people have started doing the whole sort of backstage reality TV thing, and there's all these little programs that do the sort of interviews afterwards. Or take a step back from that and just make a program about the people who make those programs about reality TV.
And don't ever show the actual reality TV.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it could be there on a channel, but it doesn't matter. You know, the channels are so cheap these days to set up. They can just have some cameras going blah blah on the channel. But they need to be actually making the program. Otherwise, you would watch them doing nothing.
Well, that would be awful, wouldn't it? I had envisioned something a little different.
Okay, what's your vision?
Then
we'll vote.
Well, yeah. My solution to this was random event TV. For example, for this one might be a man repeatedly opening tins of alphabetic spaghetti and throwing them on a table and seeing if words came out. What they might be. Which also links into my other idea, which is simply alphabetic spaghetti countdown. In which you throw out a tin of alphabetic spaghetti, see what words you can make out of them, text them in to the screen. It doesn't need, no one needs to be involved in this. Really. There's no
like,
staff in this
take
at
a
all.
photo and text it.
It could all be run by robots. The ghost of Richard Whiteley in the corner of the thing.
You'd need to get Vorderman involved, wouldn't you?
Vorderman would have to be involved at some stage. Although I don't know of any number-based pasta products that she could endorse.
Well, you just have to make one. Mounting some kind of camera next to a tree to catch the moment where two birds kiss.
Yeah. What?
Filming the moment when a bird sort of completely by accident sings the theme tune to Ride. Okay. When a bird sings a TV theme tune, we take that clip and we put it in the program. You could do all of that with robots. We've got to stop this whole ass trouser thing. We try and correct it by enforcing everyone has trousers that actually cover their ass by having some sort of ass bow or something. Or we take it completely the opposite direction and make it cool to have nipple trousers. Literally sort of tight fitting all the way up around your waist up to the nipples.
So like a combined corset trouser solution. Are you talking about trousers that end just above or below nipple height and then nothing else? Like maybe a tattoo of a dragon as well? Or?
If you wear some sort of vest, if you tucked it in, you'd have to tuck it in all the way down here, and it'd be quite difficult. Unless the fly literally goes from the nipples right the way down here. But I suppose if you want to pee, it's got to be...
It makes seductive undressing pretty monotonous though, doesn't it? Cause
I don't know, I think it would make it pretty exciting actually.
If you've got a dress...
Imagine that. It's not just like zip. It's like...
Is that your technique? That one? Based around the fact that all youth fashion, it's all very... It's cheap. Having very skinny trousers is very easy because all you do is buy a very small size of trouser. That's fine.
Yeah,
true. If you want to have large arse trousers, that's not spending money on a new pair of trousers. That's adapting clothes you already have. You're shifting them down the vertical axis. Given that we're in a recession, no one's got a lot of spare capital around. I think we're going to see a lot of people reinventing ways they wear their clothes. People wearing garments with one really, really long sleeve that they've stretched out a long way, impractically long.
Yeah.
And the other one is going to be maybe they've taken off half of this sleeve and it's been tacked onto this sleeve.
Yeah.
Or this one's just been stretched by friends. You know, it's a communal activity. And these are, I mean, it's impractical, but then so is also having your trousers around your knees. It's going to be a big fuck you to the older generation. It's going to be, I've got a really long sleeve on this arm. Yeah, I can't use my right arm properly as I might want to, but you know, fuck you.
Would you kind of work out one arm so it was really muscly as well? The other one's kind of just skinny and covered up, but this one's like this sort of monster arm.
So it's a little bit sort of like a polio victim.
Yeah, exactly.
And our vaccines dropped, you know, so we've got measles, we've got mumps, we've got rubella. Maybe we're looking at shirts with really, really big collars. You know, maybe everyone's got a swollen neck this year.
So I was thinking hand shoes.
Hand shoes?
Yeah. Repurposing shoes to use them on your hands.
Repurposing? So they're not specially designed?
No. Well, you might adapt them, like you might stick a thumb hole in the side, for example. So, you know, shoe...
Of course you would.
You still want your thumb. You can sort of trap things against the sole, and you can use old shoes because it doesn't matter if they've got holes in them or whatever. Because it's not like you're actually going to put them on the ground. In that same vein, you can take stuff you've already got and make hand shoes.
That's quite good. I like that. Ear gloves is one I had.
Yeah. Nice.
Again, it's that balance of total impracticality against.
Something everyone's got lying around at home.
Rebellion and exactly and stuff you've got lying
something
around.
that everyone at home has got lying around the house that you can use to join in on this. You know, you can do this too.
That's the thing.
Yeah, it's inclusive. Inclusive.
And you know, maybe you just cut a big hole in the back of your jacket.
Less of the rebellion, but more for sort of your 30-something sort of practical person who wants to have things to hand. You could have a mug. It's part of your clothes. Maybe your mug is sewn into your long sleeve. Your hand is a mug. It has a mug sewn into it. That's part of the clothes.
Oh, okay. That's
so wherever you go, you could scoop up some liquid, drink it, throw it on someone. Or you could just like say, "Hi, I'd like an Americano with a shot of strawberry or whatever," and just put it straight in there, and I'll just drink it.
Maybe it could be a little like kids' mittens. So you've got like a mug in this hand, and you've got a long bit of string that goes up all the way around. In the other hand, you've got a spoon. And maybe, because you're a bit lazy, it's got your orders written on it on a little bit of laminated card, and you can just point them out and look gruff at the person rather than actually talking to them.
Yeah, kind of just hit the mug with the spoon. Just be there going, ding, 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 ding.